Hello, welcome to the first proper episode of Pub Football with Miles and Jimmy. It's a brand new series for the 2019-20 Premier League season. We're just two guys that like to talk about football and drink beers. We do it in the pub every week and we thought, why not make it into a YouTube channel?
Why not do it on a Monday?
Well, and why not do it on a Monday night? So I'm Miles, this is Jimmy. We're going to be talking all things Premier League whilst having a few beers. Now, I have my first sip first.
Beautiful.
Wonderful. Premier League season kicked off last weekend. Few big surprises. I'll quickly go through all of the results first. Liverpool 4, Norwich 1 on Friday night. On Saturday, the early kickoff was West Ham 0, Man City 5, an absolute thrashing. Bournemouth 1, Sheffield United 1, a little bit of a surprise result there. Burnley 3, Southampton 0, Palace 0, Everton 0, Watford 0, Brighton 3. Then we went into the late kickoff, the mighty Tottenham Hotspur 3, Aston Villa 1 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. On to yesterday games, the Sunday kickoffs, Leicester 0, Wolves 0, Newcastle 0, Arsenal 1, bit lucky, and Man United 4, Chelsea 0, which was a massive game for the weekend. We might as well start with Liverpool-Norwich, as it was on Friday night.
Yeah.
We went to the pub to watch it, believe it or not.
We did,
It's called
yeah.
Pub Football. We watched most of our football in the pub.
Yeah, it was a decent game actually. Good way to start the Premier League season.
Yeah, I thought Liverpool looked very good.
They did. For about an hour, I thought they were brilliant, and then obviously the last half hour, you've won the game.
Yeah.
Job done, isn't it, really?
I wasn't that impressed with Norwich.
I think both watching it on the night, I think we both had the same impression. We both thought Norwich were pretty poor.
Yeah.
But you look back at it and go, they created a lot of chances. And I think it was about 7 shots on target for an away side at Anfield. It's crazy, which is really, really something to build on.
I just felt like they played into Liverpool's hands. I really did.
Yes.
So when you watch the game, for me, they may have created a couple of chances, but I feel like the teams that need to stay up, most of them will nick one game against one of the big six.
Yes.
And I just think, first game back in the Premier League, they approached it wrong. They're not good enough to pass out from the back.
No, we
They're
watched
not
it
good enough.
and it was quite obvious that after 2 passes they would just smash it long because they just could not keep the ball.
Or they played themselves into
Yeah.
trouble. Grant Hanley was diabolical.
Yeah, he's not a Premier League.
He's not a Premier League.
Not in
Even the own goal itself, it's like he panicked. Oh God, the ball's actually coming near me in the box.
Great finisher.
A great slice. I wish I could slice it like that. Would have been a lovely outside the foot finish.
Yeah.
But I still worry about Norwich because it's like teams like Fulham last year. They play expansive football, but there's so many opportunities to pick them off.
I quite like the look of Norwich. I like the fact they got that youthful exuberance on both sides with Aarons and I think it's Lewis the other side.
Lewis, yeah. Pukki scored. You
And
were surprised.
Ben Godfrey's a very good centre half as well.
Yeah.
Young, he's decent, and Pukki scored a goal.
You didn't think
and he
he'd do
took it really well.
He took it really well.
Which makes you go, I think they're going to score goals. And I do think you've mentioned that against big sides they might not nick something. I think they will at Carrow Road. I really do.
I just look at the similarities in Fulham last year. Fulham looked very good on the ball at times. They looked good going forward. They create chances.
Couldn't defend them.
They couldn't defend.
That's different.
And I felt like that with Norwich, with Grant Hanley at the back. I just didn't feel like
But
they were strong enough at the back. And I feel like it could have been a lot more.
It's a big ask going to a team that got 97 points last year and incredible at home. That's a big ask in the first game.
It got to half
and
time.
to win the second half 1-0 is a massive positive.
Yes, but it got to half time and you tweeted.
I did. I thought it could have got
figures.
really bad,
Because
but
they
I
started
was
that
so
poorly.
impressed by their second half, and it's a massive positive to build on.
I just thought they'd fight harder and be a bit more.
Yeah,
together,
it's first game of
compact.
season, big ask. I would be very positive as a Norwich fan. I thought they were a really good second half.
Okay, you're just too nice. I think they're going to struggle. I really do. I just think you're looking at some of the other teams in the league. I think they're going to be opened up.
We'll see.
I think goal difference will come into
First
it and
game.
they'll concede goals.
I don't think that's a bad result.
Yeah. So that was the Friday night game. Weird Friday night games. I'm not a massive fan, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I don't want to.
I hope there's not been.
Yeah, I love watching football all the time, but Friday night it's not right.
No.
Saturday, the early kick-off. That's a time I'm much appreciative of. West Ham got absolutely smashed by Manchester City. We both thought West Ham were going to do okay this season. You said to me
I thought they were going to nick something.
that they would nick something,
Yeah.
and they would just
And I
completely torn apart.
was working on Saturday, and obviously I didn't know the result, and it came up, and it was obviously like West Ham 0, Man City 5, and I went 5. Just
I-
made me go, what?
Yeah. Sterling hat trick.
So-
Well taken hat trick.
Yeah, that's a really ominous sign for the rest of the league to win 5-0. I haven't really seen the game, but West Ham must have been absolutely horrendous second half. 'Cause they must have just folded.
Man City looked very, very good.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Rodri, I'll be honest,
Bit lucky, wasn't he, by the sounds of it?
at times
Yeah.
at the start he got dispossessed a few times.
Yeah.
A little bit slow on the ball. That is adapting to the Premier League from the Spanish League. The Spanish
Yeah.
League, the defence stands off. They give you a bit more
Yeah.
time. In the Premier League, you get the ball, someone's on you.
Yeah, of course they are.
Which is one of the reasons why English teams have done well in Europe recently, because teams aren't
High press,
expecting
yeah.
the high press.
Yeah.
But he adapted to the game and grew into it, and
Yeah.
he's going to be such a good signing.
Yeah.
He's so calm on the ball. He's so good, and once he got, I've actually got to do something with it. He was superb.
I think De Bruyne,
Yeah.
De Bruyne literally only played like 10 games last season. He's like a new signing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and he's going to make a massive difference.
It was just, and Sterling's finishing his second goal that lobbed the goalkeeper.
Yes, I have
What
seen
a
it.
finish!
Sterling of a few years ago would have panicked there and just smashed it over the bar.
Absolutely mucked it up.
And yeah, it was a great finish.
Couple of controversial decisions by VAR. The offsides were so tight. So the one Man City had a goal disallowed. It was an Aguero goal. Or was it a Sterling goal? I think it was a Sterling goal. Was it? It was Aguero.
It was one where it was so marginal.
No, it was a Jesus goal.
Yeah, it was just like just giving the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Like millimeters, but
it's not clear and obvious.
the-
This is my biggest issue.
it's not clear and obvious.
It's not
error.
clear and obvious.
It's not clear and obvious error. 'Cause it's not clear and
No.
yeah. But at the same time, when they are with offsides, they are going black and white.
Yes, and
So technically,
I get that.
millimeter is offside.
Yeah.
So they gave it. We can't, but by the rules, that's offside. So they
Yeah.
have to give it. There was one for the penalty that had to get retaken because Declan Rice encroached. And
was that encroaching or
No.
Fabianski coming off of his line? Which one was it
was
for?
because there were two problems. Fabianski was off his line. Declan Rice encroached, and the reason it was given was because he encroached, and then he was the one who got to the rebound. So
Right.
they had to then take
Okay.
it back, and he had encroached. So fair play. Aguero doesn't miss twice.
No,
I was surprised he missed the first time.
I
Even
think
actually,
Fabianski was
Fabianski
more
was
off his line for the second one as well. Which is
Yeah,
quite funny.
yeah, he's done it again. And there was the one that wasn't offside. It wasn't offside. He played him on, and just a very good Man City. They look so good already.
Yes. I've really thought they're going to struggle, to struggle to get up to the pace of the game, and they're already flying, and it's massively concerning.
They're absolutely relentless as well. Unlike Liverpool, who at half time in the second half maybe took the foot off the gas a bit.
agreed.
And Norwich, Man City do not stop. They don't stop, and their goal difference is going to be unbelievable this season.
Yes.
There's going to be a lot of big scoring games.
But
with
this
Man
is
City
against a
involved.
team who I thought Haller played quite well in the first half, and they weren't that poor.
They're not that
They
poor.
just got rolled over by a very good side.
Very, very good team.
Which is concerning.
It's concerning because we're neither of us are Man City fans.
No.
And we're both fans of clubs that are at that end of the table
Yeah.
that won't challenge,
No.
but you want
Just
to.
realise how far away the other teams are.
Yeah,
massive,
even Liverpool, I feel like they've gotten further away.
Yes.
And Man City, they're going to be so hard to stop.
Yes.
Moving on to the next game, and I love this so much. Bournemouth 1, Sheffield United 1,
Yes.
Billy Sharp, 88th minute equaliser. So happy about this. He scored over 250 goals throughout the league.
I don't think he knew a lot about the goal, but I'm so pleased
No,
for
no,
him.
no, but he put his leg out. He finished it.
It was a striker's finish.
It was a striker's finish. Gary Lineker loved it on Manchester.
I'll also love the fact that McBurney absolutely just ruined his chance of scoring a goal. He literally just hit it straight at someone else from a yard away.
That's McBurney. Though.
It is.
That's why he cost
he's
20
worth
mil.
20 million. Yes.
But I just love it. Over 250 goals across football leagues. This is his first Premier League goal. It's his third Premier League game off the bench. It's his first Premier League shot. The guy is a finisher.
He is,
He's a
yeah.
very, very good finisher, and I think he'll score goals this season for
If he
Sheffield
gets
United.
enough chances, he will score goals. He really will.
I don't necessarily disagree with starting him off the bench though. Bring him on late.
No, I'm surprised they started McGoldrick. I don't really like McGoldrick.
He had a good chance at the start.
He did, and to be fair, it was a good effort. It was a really good save.
I thought Sheffield United played very well.
Yeah, they probably deserved more out of the game as well. I thought Bournemouth were really poor.
I think Bournemouth were okay. Chris Mepham had a couple of chances, scored the
Mepham was
second one.
terrible,
He just
man.
battered it. He doesn't look like a footballer.
No, he doesn't.
He looks like an accountant playing football.
He took it really well, though.
He
Just
did take it.
smashed it in from 5 yards.
That's a centre-back's
That's
finish.
a great finish.
That's a centre-back's finish.
That's-
But no, Sheffield United really, really, really surprised me.
Yeah.
They played them off the park.
I quite like the fact that, obviously, it's been mentioned since that they're obviously back three. They're two kind of wide centre halves, and more like fullbacks.
Oh,
I thought it was brilliant. It's just something different, isn't it?
And again, this is a team that could get unstuck a few times this season.
Yeah.
I like that they're playing like that.
Yeah.
But don't be surprised if there's a
They'll
couple
get
of
rolled
5
over.
or 6.
Oh, big time.
Man City
Yeah.
will absolutely, they'll put them to the sword.
But I love the fact Wilder's trying to do that, and I think
Yeah.
it's really refreshing for the Premier League.
And the thing is, when you play 3 at the back, you've got a bit of licence to do that. If you've got a decent holding midfielder in who can drop in and cover as well.
Yeah. Oliver Norwood's a decent player.
Yeah,
He can do that.
it was great.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah. And I think they're a really good addition to the Premier League, and I hope they do really well.
I thought they were bankers to go down, but after I know it's early doors. But
You
after
mentioned
one
this, and I was
performance-
always confident that they've got the team ethic, and they might have enough to do it.
ethics, mate.
Ethics. And I like the fact their system works for the players they've got as well.
It does. I do like, and I like that it's a local lad.
At Bournemouth,
He's
it's
a
early
fan.
days. Bournemouth will be fine.
Yeah,
Early game.
it was 2 managers for their hometown club,
Yes.
and that is cool.
Yes.
It's not something to be
And
scoffed at.
shop celebration was just brilliant.
Oh.
Just made the weekend.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, the 2 good celebrations this weekend. That and James for Man United.
mental. Yeah.
Burnley 3, Southampton 0. I'm not surprised Burnley won so much. I'm surprised at the manner they did it in.
Yeah, I think the conditions also helped Burnley massively. It was such a Burnley afternoon. Windy, raining,
Yeah.
going towards their goal, just the wind against. I would hate that. It would be horrendous to play against.
But they
And I
played
think
well.
they took their chances.
Ashley Barnes has sort of gone under the radar, has become a very
He's a decent
solid
player,
Premier League
yeah.
striker. I don't know if he's... I don't think he'd ever get there, but I don't know if he's eligible for England. He played for Austria under...
He was mentioned for Austria,
He's
yeah.
played for Austria at a level. I don't know if he's made a competitive appearance, though.
No.
But he might have
He
changed
was mentioned for
from
the Euros a few
England.
years ago. And yeah, he's not a
I
bad
think
player.
he should be in the
He's
Austria.
not a bad player.
From based on what else Austria
Yeah.
have got, I think he'd be earning a call-up.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's
Southampton were disappointing.
I just don't see how much they've improved from
It
last
concerns me how easily they're rolled over. That's a massive concern. They're in the game for an hour, and then obviously concede a goal. You think, right, still half an hour to go. You got time?
I don't think they've improved.
No,
enough.
they haven't.
And I think they're going to struggle this year. I could see them possibly being down around the relegation zone.
The only thing I think they've got is a very good manager who might just about do enough to get them out of there.
I like Danny Ings.
Danny Ings is decent. Redmond's decent.
Ward-Prowse will do a
Centre-backs are
job.
horrendously poor.
Centre-back's terrible.
I'm a little bit concerned. Angus Gunn let in a real shocker as well. It was literally
Yeah.
at him. He still went in. Which I'd take every Saturday.
I'd be
but,
so
yeah.
happy.
Yeah, big time.
Any goal, and no matter how it happens.
Just a pass back, it went
Yeah.
in.
I'm happy with the ones when a defender just smacks it in your
Yeah.
face and it bounces into the corner.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Just off the shoulder. Yeah, say that.
No, I'd be worried if I was a Southampton fan. Happy with a Burnley fan because Burnley last season, to be honest, I thought they were under par.
Yeah.
I thought they.
I think they're gonna have a
scraped-
better season this season.
I
I
think
can see them doing really well.
Scraped it, and I think for a Burnley fan, they'll just go, all looks better.
I think Eric Peters played well. I think Eric Peters is a really poor footballer.
It
But he's
was-
such a Burnley footballer, so he'll have
yeah,
a
exactly.
really good
He's
season.
in the right side. He was
is.
good when Stoke were bad.
Yeah.
And then Stoke tried to become a good football
He's
team.
just an athletic fullback who will just cross the ball for days
Stoke,
and do what they need to
Stoke
do.
tried to play good football.
Yeah.
Stoke got Mark Hughes in. Stoke got relegated.
Yeah.
Stoke, when they tried to play bad football,
Yeah.
stayed in the league.
An organised Burnley side, he's suited for that.
Perfect,
Yeah,
perfect player.
agree.
Palace 0, Everton 0. I'm surprised that Everton didn't win this game.
Yeah, agreed.
I thought, just looking at them on paper and looking at the squads and looking at what they've done in the summer, I know they brought a lot of players in, but they didn't. The thing that Marcus Silva didn't do was chuck all the new players in.
No.
He played a relatively settled side from last season.
He did, yeah.
Brought in a couple of players.
Which...
But it didn't.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I mean, it might have been a fact that they had to wear last year's third kit because of colour clash, which is ridiculous. I don't know if they not released a third kit this season or something.
It's probably coming out soon and it'll
Yeah.
cost an extortion amount of money. Yeah.
Probably should have thought about that.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised they didn't win this. Obviously, getting a red card won't help. Was a red card.
Yeah,
2
Sigurdsson
yellows.
missed a sitter as well. Like, penalty spot, just smashed it wide. And
Yeah.
that's not what we expect from Sigurdsson. But, yeah, Palace Palace are going to be poor this year. I know they're missing a few players due to the fact African Cup of Nations finished quite late. I get that. But they don't have enough.
No.
I'm a bit concerned.
One thing they did have, Zaha stayed.
Yeah. He made a difference when he came on?
He came on, and this is the thing that I liked about Zaha, is sometimes his attitude gets questioned because he complains about the refs a bit, about protection and all of that, and he's a bit of a flash pan, you can tell just by his bloody haircut. But he came on against the club he tried to force a move through to, and he got on with the job.
He did, and he did make a massive difference.
I understand not starting him.
Yeah,
because
agreed.
he'd missed training, he'd had a few different things. It's understandable he was on the bench, but when he came on, he put the effort in, and I fully expect him to start next weekend.
Yeah, and he'll probably score.
Probably, yeah. But it's good. It's refreshing.
Yeah,
it's refreshing to see that.
Not throwing his kind of dummy out and just sitting on the bench for months and then just waiting for January.
Yeah, he can play great. He can play great for 6 months and then try and force a move again. But 5-year contract. He's got 4 years left. It's going to be very hard for him to get a move.
He'll be at Chelsea next year. Don't worry, mate. He'll be fine.
Well, they've got to wait till next summer. Yeah, possibly. I'd be a bit worried if I was Everton that I didn't pick up Everton fan they didn't pick up 3 points out of a game that I think they probably should.
Yeah, agreed.
Away point's a good point, but that's mid-table thinking.
Down to 10 men, that's not a bad result, but considering down to 10 men, I don't think Palace did a lot anyway.
Yeah.
It's a game that was probably there for the taking.
I think the top 4 and the top 6 are very achievable for some teams outside the big
and
6.
And those are the games you've got to win.
They're the games you have, especially if you want to get 4th.
Yeah.
So
early days.
Might temper. They'll bring some more of the new players in. Ken might start the next one next to Bernard. Yeah. Which is always going to make me laugh.
Yeah.
The most surprising result of the weekend for me was Watford losing at Vicarage Road at home 3-0 to a Brighton team that I honestly thought would really struggle this season.
We really don't rate Brighton, and it was
they were great.
Surprising just to see the goals go in. I was like, what?
Graham Potter's a good man. We both rate Graham Potter. We thought it was the wrong move because we thought we were going to a club that wasn't.
Yeah, I like him as a manager. As you sound concerned, it's probably not the right club for him. But
they absolutely battered Watford.
They did.
Watford didn't turn up.
No, they didn't.
Which is really, really poor. First game of the season.
But this is, for me, what Watford are going to be like all season. They're going to be very hit and miss.
But at home, this is the thing. It was a home game.
Against a team who should be in the relegation zone.
This is a game they need to win.
Yeah.
Even to finish mid-table, you need to win these games.
Agreed.
Even if you're a relegation candidate, these are games you need to win.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they didn't play the new boys. Welbeck didn't play. Been given the number 10 shirt, by the way, Welbeck. Yeah,
good,
like that.
And after the weekend's result, he might be playing next week.
I don't think Ismail Assar was involved either.
No, he'll come in. He'll make a difference.
Yeah, so they've got players to bring in, so they will improve. Maybe it'll be a wake-up call, which is good.
Yeah.
From Brighton's perspective, superb. They barely won a game away from home last season.
Really good.
They were really good. New
Murray
signings
started, which was surprising.
Played well. New signings came in. Morpie, who we said might not do very well this season,
took his goal incredibly
very well, just to prove us wrong.
Yes.
But we will be wrong a lot of the time. This is two guys drinking beer and talking about football. We're not.
Yeah, I was pleased. He took his goal really well. I was really pleased for him as well because it is a step up. And
you know what made me laugh about Morpie in the post-match interview. He's French, but he's sort of got this like French London accent. You can tell he's been in London for a long time, and he almost sounds like he's from London. He's like Joey Barton when you tried to put a French accent on. He's like he's from London, but he's just going, "Oh, I speak to someone French, so I'm going to put on a bit of an accent," and it just made me laugh. Took his goal very well though.
Yeah,
good celebration.
Great result.
Yeah, and even Andoni scored. Andoni last season was hopeless.
You'd think. So he bought on Murray, Andoni and Morpie in the same game. Fair play.
He took off at 1-0 up away at Vicarage Road. He took off 2 strikers for 2 strikers.
Yeah, he did, which is really refreshing as well.
Brave and great, and it worked. Yeah. And Graham Potter admitted it in his post-match interview. So one time we'll be having this chat. And you'll be saying, didn't really work, did it? That was stupid. Exactly. Or they'll come back to 4-1, 3-1. But brave move worked. There's players at Brighton I like. I like Sonny March. I think he's decent enough.
Yeah, they've got a decent little side.
Yeah.
Dunk stayed. Duffy's still there.
Yeah. That pass from Dunk.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Centre half / number 10.
Yeah. It's a great
unbelievable pass.
Yes.
again, it's the first weekend.
Yeah,
and I'm getting carried away.
Yeah, it's very easy to get carried away when they get absolutely hammered 4-0 next week. So it's a good start. It's something to build on. They're at home, first game at home. I think they'll probably win the next one as well.
I just think an away win when you're
massive
down there
boost.
is huge, and to do it straight away.
And so convincing as well. It's a massive boost.
And Watford fans will be thinking after last season that they're thinking, right, we need to be in and around those European places. Top 10's a good achievement this year. With the way other teams have strengthened, I think that Watford are worse than a few teams in this league. Beyond the top 6, you've got
Leicester, West Ham,
Everton,
Wolves.
And Wolves. That's 10 already.
Yeah.
If Watford, even if West Ham got smashed by,
I think Burnley will be better. Burnley will push them.
Burnley. So I think they need to be at 13th to. If they can finish 10th, that'd be a very good season for them.
Agreed.
And being from the Watford area.
Yes, we want to see them do well. We really do. Yeah.
And we've seen so many years where they haven't been in the top flight and they've struggled. Just seeing them as a solid Premier League club is good. And there does have to come a point where you have to sort of try and get ambitious, but staying in the Premier League is the most important thing.
Yeah, exactly. And you've got new players, exciting players as well.
Yeah.
It could be a really good season.
I definitely can't see them going down.
No, they've got too much quality.
No. I think they'll be mid-table, but
when they've got no points after 6 games, they might be saying something slightly different. But
no, I think they'll be fine in the top 10. Big win, a ground-out win for Tottenham. 3-1 in the late kick on Saturday against Aston Villa.
You were messaging me relentlessly during this game.
I was unhappy for 60 minutes.
Yes, you were.
And I've become more unhappy after the game, finding out that Vertonghen wasn't injured, he was left out.
Yeah, that's a brave call. Was he going somewhere?
Van der Vaart said he reckons he's asked for a move.
Yeah.
And the first goal proves why he should be there, because Davinson Sanchez, Danny Rose is getting a lot of the stick for it, but Davinson Sanchez's positioning was all over the place.
It was a long ball. It's not difficult to defend, is it? It's not.
It was a long ball. Sanchez was way too far over. Sometimes you don't have to follow the striker, and you can let them have a little bit of space and then push out. And the thing is, the centre forward Wesley was going across. It was almost going into the area that Alvaro should have come across.
Yeah.
Sanchez needs to give him the shout.
Yeah.
Because he was far too tight, far too deep, got done by the long bounce.
Yeah.
Yes, Danny Rose should have tucked in as well, so I'm not absolving Danny Rose from blame. But I just think Davinson Sanchez is a mistake waiting to happen. He's an absolute disaster at times.
Yeah, he has decent games, and as you say, he's got a mistake in him, and that's the biggest issue. Not sure if it's due to concentration
on the
or
ball
it's just,
as well.
Yeah, he's not great on the ball either.
No.
And a game like that, when you're trying to play out from the back, you're kind of at the halfway line. He doesn't really know what to do with it.
No.
And there's a few times where he was just pinging a 30-yard ball to no one. And it's
just kick it out.
Give it to Winks. He stood a yard in front of you. Who knows what to do?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Positives though for Spurs.
Yeah.
I thought
Ndombele was great.
Ndombele, I thought it took him a while to get into the game. He was trying to force things. It wasn't helped by the lack of movement for Tottenham up front. So he was trying to push past and take 1-2s. He was trying to do a little bit too much at times.
No, for about an hour of that game, you were really struggling.
Yeah.
Struggling to do anything.
He was trying to do too much. When he scored that goal, his confidence went, and that's when I saw the player that we signed.
I think that was the same for the team throughout. I think the second that goal went in, all of a sudden you go, going to get a second.
Villa had to come out.
Yeah.
Kane did what Kane does. When the movement around him was rubbish, he couldn't get into the game because he was being blocked.
Deep, which is never a good thing. I think he needs to stay high.
He was getting blocked out of the game. Once it opened up, took his finishes very well.
And we really don't like Eriksen, but I thought he had a massive impact on that game. The second he came on, everything changed, and he just got on the ball. And he's just done the basics right.
The thing is, I liked Eriksen until 6 months ago. If Eriksen plays like that, I like Eriksen. But I thought last season he phoned it in.
Back into the
6
season,
months
he was
ago.
so poor.
Awful. Yeah. And Champions League final, anonymous. All of those sorts of games, he went completely missing.
The second he came on, he was just on the ball. He looked lively. Every pass was really good.
He made a difference. Sissoko, the game on Saturday showed Sissoko's flaws for me.
Yeah.
Showed the good and bad side. Last half an hour when the game opened up and you could gallop through, great.
Yeah.
First 60 minutes when they were sitting back in, Sissoko doesn't have that pass.
No.
He's great at winning the ball back. He's great at being
so
destroyed.
athletic. He's great doing things like that.
He was also playing too wide. He was almost playing as a right winger, a right midfielder for a lot of the game.
Yeah.
And it's not. He needs to play in that middle to just break up play and get forward. He's like a worse version of N'Golo Kante, a much worse version in terms of athleticism, gets around,
And
tackles people,
he
gets
can't
into them.
score. That chance
Oh
was
my
so
God.
funny.
It went up for throwing.
It was just the panic in his face when he just knew he could score.
Yeah, edge of the 6-yard box.
Smash out and nearly a throw in.
It went for a throw. It went for a throw.
So I just knew he was never going to score. It just made me laugh. So it's just going wide, isn't it?
For all the players, I would rather that fell to Hugo Lloris.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it was.
He'd
that
probably
bad.
take it around the goalie. Yeah.
Yeah, it was poor. Aston Villa though, I
Yeah.
thought they accounted themselves well at the start. I thought John McGinn looked lively. I think he looks like a good player.
Villa were very good up until the point they took the lead. Then went right. That's enough. We're going to hold it.
Yeah.
And Wesley, we both have the same opinion. I thought
I hate
Wesley
him.
was
I hate him.
absolutely awful.
And I don't like him either.
He went down too easy every time.
There was one moment in the game where he took a tumble because a player came up behind him.
Yeah.
And he stayed down for ages. Spurs had a chance, then Villa got the ball, Grealish knocked it out. As soon as the ball's out, jumped up, ran up to the ref, started having a go at him. I was so happy the whole crowd booed him for about 20 minutes.
And he was on the floor for ages after that, wasn't he?
That. I hate that. I hate it so much. Because you've not got the free kick, mate.
No.
Get up and get on with it. Welcome to English football. Players will be able to get a bit more physical. I just didn't like it. It's like diving. I hate it.
I think what even annoyed me the most is the fact Jamie Redknapp thought he played really well. I thought he was terrible.
Yeah, he couldn't hold the ball up.
No,
it wasn't. It was too lightweight.
He did nothing.
Yeah, it was too
And
lightweight.
and especially second half, where you need someone to just hold the ball, just to release a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
He just didn't do it, and it was just wave after wave of Spurs attack.
Yeah.
To the point you just knew they were going to win that game.
Yeah.
And I was
Felt
really
coming.
disappointed because they had a chance. Just give it a go.
Yeah.
It just really annoyed me. They just went, right, we're done. We're going to shut up shop. We're going to hold out for a point at the worst.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they didn't get that, and they didn't deserve it.
I still look at them as a mid-table, lower mid-table.
They're a
I don't
decent
think
side.
they'll
They'll
go
be
down.
fine. Yeah.
They'll be fine. They're all right. I think that Wesley needs to be sat down and told that you're in England now. You need to harden up.
Yeah, and I think he will. He'll get better as the games come.
And the thing is, I think he looks like a nasty player, and that can sometimes when the Brazilian players are a bit nasty, like the Diego Costa. I know he's Spanish, but he's
the
Brazilian.
Mitrovic about him as well.
You know,
That'd be
like
quite
they
good,
can do okay.
He's a big lad as well, which is a good thing.
But he does need to stay on his feet because he won't get those decisions in the Premier League.
Mm.
He will not. The refs don't want to give that, especially now VAR's in place.
Yeah.
The refs are being even more lenient at times.
Yeah.
So they won't give those decisions.
Oh, can we also talk about who's it?
We will.
Louise's hair.
Louise.
Sensational.
No, Douglas Costa. Wow.
It's
Also,
Douglas Louise, I think.
I thought it was Douglas Costa.
No, it's Louise.
Douglas Louise. Either way, I'm fairly sure that was the name of one of the Pro Evolution players.
Oh, his
the
hair
generic
was
players.
sensational.
That is the worst haircut in the Premier League. That is the worst haircut. Seriously, there are 3 contenders for the worst haircut in the Premier League.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah.
There is Saint Maximin with his blonde dreads.
Yes.
And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. What is that?
Wow.
That is awful.
Wow.
That's like it just make your boarding.
We'll
get
come
rid.
on to that, mate. Come on.
Mane's close as well.
Mane,
but
yeah.
no, that he came on and Diogo Jota came on.
Our rival Mane. We'll give it a go.
Diogo Jota come on looking like a model.
Yeah, he
do
did.
Much. Yeah,
Yeah, he fell over the second someone came near him.
Yeah. I wasn't unimpressed with Villa. I thought that they should have given it more.
Just
of a go,
strong result. Great result from Spurs. Good start.
Oh yeah, they ground it
Off and
out.
running.
This was a game that last season they might have ended up drawing or losing 1-0, and I was happy to get the win. I was very happy when we scored.
Good stuff.
Very happy in a very split pub. I'll be honest. Lots of people don't like Tottenham.
Yeah, no one can stand them. No.
No, still not up with Liverpool and City. They're not at that level yet. But
They are the third best side in the Premier League.
I think looking at the other games of the weekend, I think they are.
It'll be fun.
On to Sunday's games. Let's start with a quick one: Leicester and Wolves, 0-0.
Yeah, I didn't really see any of it.
No,
it wasn't on TV.
It wasn't. You know, it was a 0-0. The biggest talking point is the VAR decision to rule out Dendonker's goal. We've seen it. It's harsh. It's very, very harsh. But the rules state. The Premier League tweeted something about this. If there's a handball, if it strikes a player's arm and directly leads to a goal, doesn't matter whether it's intentional or not. If it hits the arm at all, the goal is disallowed.
Yeah.
It might have been down here, and it might have been his back turned, and it might have been as far away from each other as we are right now. It hit his arm. It bounced back down to him. He scored. It is a terrible rule, a terrible rule. But VAR made the right decision.
Yeah, and the manager, Wolves' manager, I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name.
Nuno Espirito Santo.
That's the one. He can moan to the referee from a yard away from him, but next week when that gets given their way, he will not be moaning.
No, not at all.
It comes around.
The one thing I don't mind about it is something I've always hated is about intentional handball.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell whether someone did something on purpose.
Yeah, and we watched Match of the Day 2 with Jermaine Genius, and he said it didn't really affect where the ball was going, but it did.
It did. If the ball's hit him in the head, it bounces
As
away.
You say,
it sort of flopped up
and
and just dropped down.
Yeah, exactly.
So it did, but I still don't think it's a great rule. But it is a rule. VAR got it right. That's it. Get on with it. Get on with the game. Score again.
Apart from the game, two very similar teams, probably the right result.
I'm surprised it was 0-0 though.
Yeah,
I thought they'd both score.
Yeah.
This is a game I thought might be 2 or 3-0. I thought it'd be a high scoring. 0-0.
Yeah.
This is why you don't put your money on any of our tips.
No.
But we we're expert. No, we're not. We're not. We just like football.
Absolute rubbish. Yeah.
Newcastle 0, Arsenal 1. St James's Park.
Oh, where do you want to start?
Oh, poor game of football.
Oh, the first half was probably one of the worst games I've ever watched. It was so bad. It kind of started from the lineup. Like the lineup just gave no kind of hint of enthusiasm or nothing about it. You just thought, oh god, okay.
I was excited that Emery had started Willock and Reece Nelson.
Yeah, those were the positives.
Willock did all right.
Yeah,
I thought Nelson didn't do enough.
Was really quiet.
Yeah.
And you just think all of these signings that are just all on the bench, you do think we got away with that on Sunday, because if we would have lost that or drawn that, he would have got absolutely slated for that.
He came close.
Agreed.
Kolasinac and Ozil out of the team because they're caught up in a London gang war.
Yeah, it sounds quite
It's really serious. It's really bad.
Yeah.
So Kolasinac's wife's left and vowed never to return.
Country,
never to return because it's not their fault. We should say this. It is not their fault that they're caught up in this. It's to do with them trying to be robbed by the robbery, and then another gang's come out to defend them and said this will not be tolerated. To which the other gang's gone, you can't threaten us, and started threatening them online, threatening them. It's just
really serious.
It's really bad. And I mean, I know it sounds bad, but when it comes to this, football doesn't matter.
No.
If I was Arsenal, I'd be tempted, and you're not going to want to hear this, to
sell
sell them overseas.
This
is not a situation.
I didn't look at it as a bad thing, either of them not playing on Sunday. I didn't think it was a bad thing.
No, but it's a bad reason why they are.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
But, agreed. I'm not the big... I really love Ozil, but I think we've got enough. We've got other options now. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, but I think for their safety, they should go.
Yeah.
And it's a horrible thing to have to say. This is not a reason why you sell a player, but there are way more important things in football. And the safety of them and their families and their kids is so much more important.
Yeah.
I guess that's the grim bit over. Back to the football.
But there were positives for Arsenal. I thought Chambers played really well.
Surprisingly.
I thought the fact we kept a clean sheet was a good thing. It was a good thing to start off with.
Almost didn't. Shelby.
As you mentioned, we did struggle to create chances, which against a team who didn't really offer a lot, going either way. It was a little bit poor.
Newcastle did okay. I thought Alan Saint-Maximin was superb.
Made a massive difference
when he came on.
Yeah.
Very, very, looks like a very lively player, looks like a very exciting player. Looks like a player that Newcastle fans can get behind.
Yeah.
And that's something Newcastle have needed for a few years. Even the players
Jonathan did really well. I thought he played quite well.
And even the players like Perez, before, they didn't really set the world alight. Saint-Maximin running at the team.
He's got something different, hasn't he?
He's got that. Yeah. He's an X-Factor player.
I thought Almiron did well.
The dive was horrific. He should be banned. We're going to start this. He should be banned. He should be sacked and
from
banned.
A mile away, it was a dive. I was like,
horrific.
It's so embarrassing.
And he gave the ref that look like wasn't a dive. It was like, you knob.
And it's just the fans in the background going mental. It's like, mate, sit down.
Yeah. Just stop. Yeah. Stop playing. I reckon he should be subbed for that. I reckon that's another thing they should bring a yellow card.
That should be a sin bin. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
for
not
diving,
just diving and descent. Sin bin them both, and I think that'd be great. But stop players doing it. If you get caught, you're off for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
perfect.
Good attempt from Shelby.
Great attempt from Shelby.
Yeah, really good.
I don't mind Shelby. The thing about Bruce is, I think he's a player who can get the best out of players like Shelby. If the manager, he can get the best because. He, for me, has got man management skills. He seems like a great bloke. And I think that he's like a Bobby Robson mould, arm round the player, get the best out of them. And I think, I watched Newcastle play and they did okay. And I still think that they might be scrapping near the bottom. But There's a lot of hope in that performance.
Yeah, I was just a bit. As a Newcastle fan, I'd be just a bit disappointed. Sort of the last 5-10 minutes, you'd expect them to be banging on the door, and it was so comfortable.
It
fizzled out to nothing, and both teams were just happy to take a 1-0 and just go their separate ways. Which I wasn't complaining, but
from Arsenal's point of view, good goal. Maitland-Niles did well down the right.
Well. Great assist.
Great finish. You were the one saying should have controlled it with his left foot.
Yeah, if he did, he probably would have missed.
But good finish, bounced up.
Yeah, took it well. That's what he does. He scores goals.
Got to have a look at new signing Dani Ceballos.
Yeah,
I thought he was awful. I was so happy because he almost signed for Spurs. So him going to Arsenal immediately makes me go, I hope this guy sucks.
I'd like to say, looking into the camera now, he played for 15 minutes. He didn't do a lot wrong. Yeah. The man next to me just does not like him.
No, but I'm gonna relate this to actually a Tottenham signing. Eric Lamella's first season at Spurs was dreadful, and he played one game. He's made his debut, 15 minutes to go.
Yeah,
he looked lightweight. He didn't look up to it. Yeah, it reminded me so much.
No,
of that.
I think,
and I'm not saying he can't be a good player in a few years, but I just don't think he's got the mettle. I don't think he's got the size. He was just trying to get rid of the ball too quickly. He didn't want people to come near him. Like, there was a few times where he played flicks and his passes were wayward.
I completely disagree with you. I think in 5 games' time he'll be starting and he'll be making a massive difference in our midfield.
I think this is going to be fun to watch.
It will be.
Because one of us is wrong.
I don't really think you realise how good he is.
I don't.
Very good.
But then you watched Eric Lamella before he came to Spurs in Italy. He was superb. He was beating men for fun. He was doing bits. He was absolutely amazing.
I get that.
And it's taken him a long time to get up to. Eric Lamella's gained a lot of size since he came to Tottenham. He came to Tottenham at the same age as Ceballos is now.
Yeah.
Skinny like Ceballos. I said as soon as he came on, I said, he looks a bit skinny.
I think he's going to be fine. I do. There's something about him I quite like. I like the fact they were trying to get back to the keeper with a minute to go and he just smashed it into the stand.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I don't mind
a
nasty footballer at all. I don't mind that. But it was a bit before that.
Yeah.
When they got the ball in the corner, he held it. I thought, good game awareness, get the ball in the corner. As soon as the player came near him, he tried to kick it, and he just kicked it back to Newcastle.
It's a long way to go, mate.
I know,
15 minutes of someone's first game in the Premier League. Don't be harsh.
Yeah,
if he does that for an hour next week, we suddenly go, right, okay, we might have an issue.
I just think it could be another Denis Suarez for this season. And the problem is, because he's only on loan, I don't think he'll get the chance at the end of the year. Cause I just saw some stuff that I wasn't that happy with. And I don't hope I'm wrong. I don't like Arsenal. I'm sorry. I'm a Tottenham fan. I don't like Arsenal. I hope I'm right. He chose you over us. But right now, watching that, I just saw some worrying signs from a neutral perspective.
Give it time. I'm confident in 6, 7, 8 games' time he'll be starting and he'll be making a difference. I thought when Pepe came on, he showed a few glimpses of what he can do, which is very positive. And hopefully next week, I think we've got Burnley or something.
You'd want to start them both in that one. But then again, if he is lightweight, this is where you'll see it with Ceballos. Because if he gets battered by Burnley.
We're at home.
But that's when the midfielders might kick him though.
But then I think he offers something different in midfield, which I think is massively important.
Well, Xhaka didn't set the world alight.
Oh yeah, my hatred for Xhaka has got even higher due to the fact he's now club captain. So but that's enough of Arsenal for this week.
Yeah, we'll move on to what was probably the biggest game of the weekend and the final game of the weekend.
Yes.
Manchester United 4, Chelsea 0.
Yes.
I'm not going to say they battered Chelsea because on the grand scheme of the game, I don't think they did.
Didn't. No,
I just think that they took their chances better.
Completely agree.
Harry Maguire was superb.
Yes, he is going to make such a big difference to that back four. And he reminds me a lot of Van Dijk. He just has such he's just so calm. Agreed. He is like a Rolls Royce centre half.
Yeah.
He is so calm.
Nothing phases him.
Carry it out. He can pass it simple. He wins all the headers. He literally kind of out-muscled Tammy Abraham at one point.
Oh, yeah, but Tammy Abraham...
They went and scored from that.
Yeah, they did.
It's just things like that.
Yeah, the thing about him is you could tell he was going to be like that from the moment he walked out at the start, though.
Yeah.
It was like, when he walked out, he wasn't looking around, he wasn't, like, overexcited or, like, nervous. He just looked chill.
Yeah.
It's almost... And this isn't a bad thing, and this isn't, like, not showing the desire and the passion. It's almost like he, like, walked out like, it's another game. Like bored,
and that's
but that's good. That's
him though. He's come from a basic background of playing for Sheffield United, playing for Hull, working his way up. Played in the World Cup, played brilliantly.
Nothing's ever phased him.
Agreed, completely agreed.
Yeah,
and that's why I think he's going to be such a hit.
Oh, I think he's going to be super.
And I would make him club captain.
Yeah, you think, and
Yeah.
that's what I think they need as a club captain. They don't need bad eggs like Pogba. They don't need bad attitudes. They need.
And yeah, the rest of that back four was quite a young back four, and he can just marshal them.
He did.
Both the full-backs are young, and he just, yeah, he's
I
great.
thought Aaron
So good.
Wan-Bissaka looked very
Yeah,
good.
agreed.
I thought that he made. I mean, I think that for the game, like I thought Ross Barkley played well for Chelsea, but I don't think that's the type of player that will challenge Wan-Bissaka based on. You know, you put a pacey winger on him, get around the outside.
Yeah,
it'd be a
Barkley's
bit
not
different.
wide, man. I was
No.
surprised he played out there.
I mean, he did
Didn't
all
really
right.
make
I think he did all right.
Yeah.
I thought, there were some positive signs. I thought you saw everything that Pogba's about. You saw 60 minutes of crap, really. I thought he was dreadful for the first 60.
That's the thing. The second Man United get 2 or 3 up, all of a sudden Pogba looks incredible because he's got the license to then just go, right, we're dominating, we're in control.
They're pushing forward.
Yeah,
I've got
exactly.
space. Yeah.
I can ping a ball through. Spot on, go.
Look, the first 60 minutes, he was slow on the ball. He was giving away a lot. He made McTominay look like a very, very, very good player. McTominay's not a bad player, but he's but McTominay was far better than Pogba for ages.
Yeah.
Then Pogba hits a superb 60-yard pass.
Of course he does. Sets
and
up
then,
goal. There it is.
And then he breaks the counter-attack, plays it through for Daniel James to just about score on his debut.
Yeah.
Great celebration from James.
Yeah. Really good team score as well.
Yeah, but you saw. I said this to you before. If I was Man United and N'Golo Kante didn't start for Chelsea because he's been injured, but if Lampard doesn't, for some criminal reason, has the same attitude as
I think we were
Sarri,
both disappointed to see Jorginho start. We were both sat there going, what?
Yeah, if he has the same attitude and either plays him out of position or doesn't play him, and plays Jorginho, if I was Man United, I'd break the bank to get Kante in January.
I think a lot of teams would do that. Desperate for a player of that quality.
But I think that he can bring the best out of Pogba because he can do that work that Pogba doesn't like doing. He can get around, he can get the players out of the way.
You would take Manchester United to another level if you had him in midfield as well.
All of a sudden they'd be title
If
challengers.
you had Maguire, Kante, Rashford, it's a very good spine. Can't go wrong with that.
And I think you get very good Pogba if Kante was next to him.
Agreed.
Like for France. As for Chelsea, tough one. Tough one to swallow. I don't think they deserved a 4-0 loss.
No, not in a million years.
They had
really
some
good chances.
Yeah. I still think that they showed where they are, and I actually think that they are not as good as the top 5 sides.
I think the game on Sunday sums up what their season's going to be like. They're going to be in games, but I'm a little bit concerned they might get rolled over in a couple of them.
I don't think they've got the end product.
No, they don't.
Tammy Abraham, I
To be
love
fair,
his
he
amateur-
post.
Great strike on that,
agreed.
but he didn't offer much else.
No, he didn't. Agreed.
Mason Mount looked okay, but again made wrong decisions at wrong times.
Yeah.
I thought Barkley played quite well. I think that once Loftus-Cheek comes back and Kante's starting, I think they'll be more dangerous going forward.
They've got a good squad, Chelsea. They're not going to be near the top 6 for me. They're just not.
Kurt Zouma looked really worryingly poor.
Yeah, I can imagine Everton to go, we swerved that one, didn't we?
He was great last season, though. He just looked so reckless.
The penalty was such a bad tackle. He was nowhere near the ball.
Yeah.
And then he just sits there going, that's not a penalty. Of course it is.
I also think Kepa, while making some good saves, and he did make some good stops, in the first half especially, some of his kicking led to some very dangerous areas. And this was what, for me, shows that Man United, while they won 4-0, shouldn't get carried away, because I feel like the forward players wasted chances that they should have done better with. There were times when Kepa played just a along the ground pass down the middle of the pitch, went straight to a Man United foot. And when they countered, and this is the part of Rashford's game that he really needs to improve, and it was actually shown in the second goal. He did a great counter-attack. Great counter-attack. The pass was awful.
Yeah.
Great ball across from Pereira for Martial, to score though. But Rashford's end product needs more consistency.
Yeah, he does so much right, and then just a basic pass. It's just not right.
Yeah.
So it reminds me a lot of Sterling a few years ago. He used to do a lot really well, and you just cannot do the basics.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if he can just sort that out, he could be such a good player.
And I think Lingard's the same, and even Martial to an extent. They're so dangerous. They look so threatening.
When they carry the ball at pace, you suddenly go, whoa, and then it's just that final pass. You just go, oh.
And they make good runs, and they're good runs. Occasionally they make the wrong run, but they're normally good runs. But they'll pick the wrong player to go to. There'll be a guy who's made a run that's almost like the decoy run, and a great run that maybe the pass isn't straight in front, or sometimes even the pass is the one that's across, but they will just try and do this this pass that's just not going to work.
No.
Sometimes it's better to play
Just
to
do
the
the
player.
basic, yeah.
Sometimes it's better to play to the player who won't go straight in on goal because the pass is on.
Yeah.
And you can get it back and then you can
Yeah, of
score.
course, yeah.
So I think very encouraging from Man United.
Positive start,
Very
really
positive.
positive start,
Solskjaer
yeah.
will be happy.
Please, Daniel James came on and scored.
Yeah,
Very
same.
good.
Especially after the end of last season, they needed that. They needed to hit the ground running under Solskjaer, or else there would have been massive question marks over him.
Yeah, good start.
Great start. I thought they played all right. I don't think it was great. I think it was all right.
I think Chelsea get better as well.
Yeah.
Early doors.
4-0 flattered Man United. It was harsh on Chelsea, but the right team did win.
Yeah. If it was maybe 2-0.
2-0 would have been the right
Yeah,
result,
agreed.
I think.
Yeah.
But there are positives. I think.
Yes.
Chelsea, they just lack that cutting edge. I think they will be all right in the midfield though.
Yes.
Alrighty, that's the first proper episode of Pub Football with Miles and Jimmy. We are going to be doing another show on Thursday night to get ready for the games
Review.
this weekend. Preview review. We're going to try and do Monday night, Thursday night. Even when there's Monday night football on, we'll just do it quickly on the Thursday show when we review that. It'll probably be on while we're recording.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun, doesn't it? So
Yeah, sounds like a barrel blast, yeah.
please do like and subscribe to the channel. Share it with all of your friends. We want to build this as much as we can. It's just chilled out. If you've got any comments, let us know. Give us some feedback. If you disagree with what we're saying, please get in the conversation. We just want to create conversation over a couple of beers. Get in the comments. Tell us we're rubbish. Tell us we're great. Probably more people tell us we're rubbish.
We'll stop doing this in 2 weeks' time.
No, we won't. We're here for the season. We're stuck with us. So we will be back on Thursday.
Yeah.
Please do like and subscribe. Have a good week. Cheers.
Cheers.